Hello everybody, welcome back to the Manga Sloth. Today is the Q&A and where I answer all your deep and darkest questions you've been asking me on the internet, and also where I give away Way of the House Husband 1 and 2 and also 2 copies of Anale and Duelia. I am using a hook-on camera to the laptop today. It is a 4K camera, but it is worse than my main camera, so bear with me. And I'm also using a boom mic, so hopefully everything comes out and sounds okay. I will be constantly looking over here because that is where I have questions written down. So the way we're going to do this is I have a bunch of questions I'm going to answer. I also have 10 questions which I thought were good questions, and I picked them out for the 3 prize drawing. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down the list, we're going to answer them, and then I'm going to use the telephone here to randomize 3 times and pick the winners from the 10 best, and then I'm going to continue on and answer a bunch of questions that I've been getting asked since the beginning of my channel, and also a lot for this giveaway. Alright, so we are going to start with the 10 best questions that I handpicked in no particular order. And also, real quick before I start, I just want to say there was a lot of overlapping questions. I tried to pick ones that were different enough but also not the exact same as others. We wouldn't have conflicting people saying I asked that also, etc. I'm not perfect, so hopefully I didn't mess up too much. Okay, number 1, the first question I picked in the top 10 is from Eliza Normand, and please forgive me if I butcher or say your names incorrectly. I'm trying my best. They asked, what is a manga series that you and your wife really enjoy? Good question. We have lots of manga that overlap. It's not that much in the grand scheme of things. We just have a lot of manga, so it seems like a lot sometimes. I would say if we owned 100 series, we own a lot more, but if we owned 100 series, we maybe overlap 5. She reads more shoujo, slice of life, that kind of stuff, and I read, the battle, that kind of stuff. But we do overlap things like Attack on Titan here, One Piece. One series I'd say that if you watch my videos is definitely one that we super enjoy together would be My Love Story. And that's a recent one. We both just finished the 13 volumes of it, and it's going to go down as one of our favorites, and we've enjoyed reading it alongside each other together and just passing the books back and forth and giggling and laughing at things inside of it. It was a great series. So that is one thing that we read together and enjoy. Alright, question number 2 from W. That's it, just W. They said, what made you start a channel? I picked this question because it was the most blunt out of all of them. The reason is I really just wanted some interaction with people of like mind who like the same things I do, who want to talk and chat and just geek over some sweet manga and anime. I mean, that was really it. And maybe also a little mixture of kind of adding it on as a hobby, but now I really enjoy it, so it's a great way, and I've met so many people just in this small amount of time that are just great and wonderful people. And in the beginning, I did not think I'd be able to do giveaways like this. I had hopes that I could do something like this, so maybe I wanted to do that too and give back to the awesome community. That's just a small reason of why I chose to make a channel. Alright, question number 3 from Lullaby is, what does your channel mean to you? And then they have underneath it, when you think of your channel, what do you feel? Happiness, sadness, etc. My channel means a lot to me now. It's important to me because I get to reach out and I get to talk and chat with all of you. And when I think of my channel, I think of happiness, and it needs to be that way. It 100% needs to be that way. If I'm sad about it, if I'm frustrated about it, if I'm bored with it, if I feel that it's a bother or something, I'm not going to be producing content that anybody wants to watch, and I'm not going to be doing things that I want to do, which makes it a chore for me, and then which makes everything just trickle down and be worse. This channel makes me happy. I get to be funny. I get to do things I want. I get to make jokes. I get to be sarcastic. I like doing all those things. And then I get to show you a bunch of cool manga. I get to help people out. People ask me questions all the time here on Instagram. What should I buy? Is this good? Is this good? Have you ever read this? You guys have all helped me out. I don't know if you've seen my hauls and reading log. They're starting to get filled with things you guys have recommended me, and they're awesome. You are giving to me tenfold of what I'm giving back to you. So Lullaby, my channel makes me very happy. Next one up, number 4. This one's from Cheese Socks. What a crazy name, Cheese Socks. Sounds gross. If you had the chance to wake up in an anime manga, which one would it be? Oh boy, these kind of questions. There's so many. I'm gonna go practical with this one, saying that I'm not gonna pick an anime or manga that is already set in this world and just normal. I'm gonna pick something cooler, but also I'm going to be under the assumption that I don't just get to be some sweet, cool person in this world. That would be great, you know, if I had all the powers and get to be a hero or something, but I'm just gonna go with there's a chance that I might not. So I'm gonna pick Black Clover. Is that the best world to probably pick? No, because they're in danger and things like that. But at least I know in that world I have an extremely high chance of getting some kind of power, since everyone has some sort of magic here and there, and they all have grimoires. I would be able to get a sweet 4-leaf clover one and become super awesome and great at battle, but if not, at least I end up with something, and I think that would be very cool. Number 5 is from, oh, here we go, Cerulad, Cerulaad, Cerulad. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm seeing here. I apologize. They say, what manga made the biggest impact on your passion for collecting manga? I'm going to focus on the first part of your question a little more. That is, what part of manga made the biggest impact in your passion for collecting? The manga that made the biggest passion to me for collecting physical manga would have to be One Piece, in that I was not watching the anime particularly for One Piece, and they had the 4Kids animation anyway, which was no good. So I read One Piece, and it really drug me into collecting because One Piece has so many volumes, and I started reading it when it was already in the 40s or 50s, I think, and because of that I had to keep purchasing and wanting the next volume because it was so good. So it became a collection, and as seeing it build up on my shelf, I started to love it and cherish it, and then I just wanted to add more to it, different series, etc, etc. It really drug me into collecting. Okay, number 6 is Shanice White, or Shanice White. I apologize again if I'm saying that incorrectly. And this question is, how did you start reading manga? Did you have a friend or family member guide you into it, or did you happen to stumble upon it one day? Well, that's a little bit of a two-part answer. I did have manga in small amounts, and I knew of it. I just didn't read it very often, and I didn't really have a collection. You know, just a stack of 15-20 manga, none of which were all the same. They were different, you know, just a big stack of random manga. Didn't really read them or enjoy them. A person definitely started pulling me into manga, and that was my wife. At the time, she was not my wife. We were just friends and then dating, and she enjoyed manga and had a manga collection, so I started getting into the physical copies of manga with her. She definitely had a big influence of all this manga you see behind me, because without her I don't think I would be purchasing all this manga. Next question is from EJG, and they say, has reading manga in general or a certain manga changed your perspective in life in any aspects? That is a good question and a deep question. I'm not sure if I can answer it to the fullest here, but I would say in general, yes. Manga has definitely changed my life for the better. The stories, the characters, it's like reading your favorite book or watching your favorite movie, something that touches you deep down. Will it change you 100% and make you a different person? No, but all this manga back here has made me a better person. It's made me happier. It's made me enjoy life, looking forward to something. The greatness of books and storytelling is immeasurable. It is wonderful. And they've made impacts on my life. And some manga, obviously more than others, have gotten me to see things differently, act differently, say things. Obviously, you pick up quotes and ideas and things here and there. It definitely does something, and I think it does something for the better. Okay, number 8, Lemonade Pops asks, is there anything you would have done differently when you started your collection if you have the chance? Yes. I think everyone who has a manga collection or collects something, there will get to a point, whether it be a week, a year, or 50 years later, you say to yourself, I regret doing X. And for me, I regret selling off a lot of manga. Back in the day, me and my wife sold off a lot of manga. We purged a whole manga collection, basically. In hindsight, we didn't need to, but thoughts just changed, and then we started building it back up, and now here we are again. Definitely getting rid of things that I shouldn't have gotten rid of. And then you always have buyer's remorse, things you bought that you wish you didn't buy, or things you saw that were cheap and you should have bought them and you second guessed, all that stuff. So I'd probably say that's the biggest one. There's a few other things that don't pertain to money, but those are definitely the biggest ones. Next up is Kentucky. Oh boy, Kentucky? I think I'm saying that right. They say, Sloth, if you were a manga writer, what genre would you write about? And what would you write about, like, story-wise? Oh boy. Well, I don't know if I would be the best manga writer. I feel like I could write a good manga and have good ideas, and I do have some. But whether they would go anywhere or they could actually bloom into an actual manga, that is to be seen. So I would probably say, if I had to pick one, I would pick seinen. That just seems like something that would be right up my alley, and also gives me a bigger and broad spectrum. I can have it be mostly seinen, but then, you know, I can also put in great character development with story of love and passion, and also, you know, shonen jump kind of type of stuff in a more adult way, which, you know, just make a sweet, awesome series, if that makes any sense. Okay, last question from the 10 that I chose is from Prisoner Snake 15, and they say, what's your favorite thing about manga? Either that be the art, the story, or the characters. This one's simple but can be complex. To me, it basically comes down to story and characters. I am a big, huge, top of the line fan of artwork. Artwork can go a long way to get me to enjoying something, and it can make me enjoy something 100 times better and make it the best thing ever. But art cannot fix a bad story and bad characters. It cannot. It just makes them shine. Lipstick on a pig. But on the other hand, a great story and great characters can make artwork shine, and it can hold artwork up. So you need the story and the characters if you're gonna make me read your manga for a long period of time. Alright, what we're gonna do now, we have a wheel here, and on this wheel picker we got all 10 names of the 10 people I picked for the best questions asked, and we're going to spin the wheel. The first person is going to win Way of the House Husband 1 and 2. So the winner of that is EJG. Congratulations, EJG. You won Way of the House Husband Volume 1 and 2. We are going to hide that choice, so now there's only 9 left on here. And we are going to spin the wheel again for Anali and Dewelia. And the winner of that is Elsa Normand. Congratulations, you are the winner of Anali and Dowelia. And last but not least, we are going to hide this, and we have 8 left. And the last winner of Anali and Dowelia number 1 is Lullaby. Congratulations, Lullaby, you won volume 1 of Anali and Dowelia. Those are the 3 winners for the manga giveaway. Congratulations. Alright, just comment to me down below and I will get your information to where to find you and send you your manga goodies. Alright folks, we are going to answer a few more questions here. There were a lot of questions asked. We're gonna jump right into it, to the big one, the biggin. We're gonna jump into this big boy right here. And this question has been asked, it feels like 1,000 times. And there's a lot of them, and I'm gonna mush a lot of them together. What is the story behind the manga sloth? Why do you wear a sloth mask? Why did I choose a sloth? Why am I not showing my face? And these all kind of go together, and I'm just gonna go down them a little bit. The story behind the manga sloth is kind of pertains to the person that asked me why did I start a channel. I really wanted to start a channel and did not want to show my face. And I was just thinking, well, I can do manga hauls, reviews and everything, and you can just get the hands view. You can see the manga hands. And that was a good idea, and my first video was a haul, and yes, it was cringy. You don't have to remind me. It was cringe.com. It worked, but it didn't work in a way. I chose the name TheMangaSloth because I knew I wanted to do a manga channel. I thought the best idea, obviously, would be to put manga in the title of my channel. So after doing some research and stuff, I ended up deciding on a sloth. And this was way before I decided if I would show my face or not, what kind of videos I would be doing. And I chose the animal sloth because I love sloths. That is true. I am a sloth fan. It is one of, if not my favorite animal. They are super cute. I love the two-toed sloths the best. And yes, I have touched and pet sloths in person. I have fed sloths. They are super duper nice and cute. And they make the cutest weird noises. It was literally that, mixing two things that I love together. I love manga, I love sloths. When you combine them, hello, I am born. Now we get to this sloth mask, not showing my face. When am I gonna do a face reveal? I don't understand. You must think I'm so ugly that you want me to just rip off my face and show you a new one. The rare time and first time that I've ever broke character, I will say I am not ready to reveal my face yet. I do believe I can and will in the future. I wear this mask because I think it's funny. I think it's different. Everyone just does manga hauls, shows their face, shows their hands. They're just a person. I want to be a little different, and I think the sloth face is funny. I've adapted to it. I hope you all enjoy it just a little bit, because if I was not wearing this mask, in all honesty, this channel would just be the Manga Sloth with some dude behind the camera. Just another one. I have nothing. You know, I don't have walls of sloth plushies or anything like that. I would just be the Manga Sloth with a logo and a banner with some sloth wizards and stuff. And I mean, that's just it. And then I would just be this guy sitting here. So this mask gives me a little bit of the sloth persona, and I hope you all appreciate commitment that I put in to becoming a sloth. All right, let's rattle off some quickies that I thought were kind of good. Let's see. Here's a question. Series that was not for you, that I ended in 1, 2, 3 volumes. We all have series that we can't read, we don't want to read, we can't get through. There's a bunch on my list, but 2 that popped into my mind, and they are weird because I own almost complete series of them at least one point or twice in my life, is Trigun and Blood Blockade Battlefront. I love Trigun, and I love B3 Blood Blockade Battlefront, and the same guy created both of them. And I think a lot of you know where I'm going here. They are hard to read. The guy has good art, good storytelling, but his panels and the way he draws and does things, they all mush together like a big blob of mashed potatoes. 7, 8 times out of 10, I can't understand what's going on. I spend 15 minutes pointing at an arm and trying to follow it around the page and seeing where a beam of light goes and a bullet goes and things like that. You have to follow it around. You almost wish it was in color so you could actually see what's going on. It is difficult for me. It got to a point where I did not want to read that. It was taking me, oh my goodness, for the at least single volumes, it was taking me closer to 2 hours or like 3 sittings to get through one blockade battlefront, and I couldn't even get through it. So like most people, I watched the Trigun anime and I watched the Blood Blockade anime, and those were great. I highly recommend them. Manga wise, for me, no. Let's see, next question. Series I want in English. Well, that one's simple. I will speak on behalf of the Western world where I say Kingdom needs to be printed in English. Publishers, hear me. I am a speaking sloth. We want Kingdom. Thank you. And a quick second is Reborn or Hitman Reborn. It is in English up to 12 or 16, something like that, but it was not finished. It is very popular, so I'm not sure why they won't finish the rest of it. We want it. Please let us have it. Next question, do I prefer reading manga or watching anime? Well, I am the manga sloth, not the anime sloth, so I prefer to read manga, obviously, but I do love anime. I do watch anime, and I watch anime for series that I just absolutely love. You know, you want to double dip. I love Attack on Titan, and you gotta watch that too. You gotta read it and you gotta watch it. It's that good. I love One Piece. I'll do the same thing, and then obviously a lot of other series. And then there are series that I have watched that I, obviously have not read. How much do I spend on manga? Well, sloths have no actual currency because we're not human beings. So I just order manga, and since I have no money, they just send it to me since I'm an animal. So that's generally what happens. But if I was a human being and I got manga sent to me by giving them, rectangles of dead presidents, then it would probably be, over $10. What is my favorite lesser known series? Probably Girl from the Other Side. You've heard me talk about it a few times. I'm trying to get the popularity up. I'm sure everyone who's read it, thinks the same thing as me. I think it's getting more popular, but I just hope it gets a little wildfire under it, because the more people that read it, the better. Best manga art? Oh, geez, here we go. This'll spark a war. Whenever you try to pick the best genre, the best manga artwork, the best this, that, everyone's got an opinion. And my opinion is, as a person who loves art, I have so many series that I would consider top 10 art where it becomes a top 100. And I'm just going to pick one that I think is a little underappreciated, but the artwork stands above most or toe-to-toe with the best. And that's Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt. The humans, the creatures, the world, and obviously the Gundams are drawn like nothing I've ever seen. It is very difficult to draw Gundams and mecha in fluent battle in space, blasting through buildings with humans and backgrounds and everything all going on at the same time, and not skipping out and making it just white panels with a thing copy and pasted here or there. We're talking full-blown amazing artwork. Hands down, super amazing, great series, and some of the best artwork I've ever seen. Let's see, next question. What is 4 plus 10? Well, now you've all entered a domain where I will finish your homework for you. So I will finish your homework. 4 plus 10, you add them together, it equals 410. Easy. Next question. If I could eat with any character in manga or anime, what would it be? Well, this one, judging if I'm not going to get killed or anything bad would happen, I would love to eat with Marshall D. Teach or Blackbeard from One Piece. I know, that's kind of a crazy pick, a bad guy. I want to know what he is doing, what his plan is, and what is going on, and how'd he get a second devil fruit? I need to know the deets, and then maybe I'll join his crew. I can be Manga D. Sloth. What is the holy grail of manga? This was asked, not what is my holy grail of manga, what is the holy grail of manga? And I really don't know. If I had to pick one, I would have to say kind of the go-to one is Phoenix. It's, you know, a nice mint complete series of Phoenix would probably be a holy grail of manga. It's definitely probably the most expensive, barring some, you know, I'm sure some random stuff, but I would say that would probably be the holy grail of manga. What was my first manga? I almost don't remember, but I believe it was Yu Yu Hakusho, because I watched the anime all the time and I loved it. I fell in love with it immediately. So I think I went and bought the first couple of the manga. Did not read them because I was watching the anime, and that's back when I did not collect manga. But it was like a nostalgic kind of thing that I wanted to have them on my shelf because I loved it so much. If I could meet a manga writer in person, well, I'm choosing one that we don't know too much about. Like, we know a ton about, but we don't get interviews or anything about. It would probably be Oda, the creator of One Piece, since he does not do a lot of interviews and stuff, and obviously doesn't do signings and things. That would kind of be ridiculous if he did. Just talk to him and ask him questions and get to know him and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. My favorite anime that is not a manga. Well, I got two here, and both kind of go against what this is saying. They both have manga, but for the whole series, they both only have one volume and the other has 2 volumes. They do not cover the whole series, and the volumes that they have aren't actually canon. They are just some random books. So there are manga out there. They are obscure and hard to find, but not really a manga or a manga series, or they were starting to be a series for them. The 2 anime are number one is Gungrave. What an amazing anime by the creator of Trigun. And number 2 is one of my all-time favorite animes that I think everyone needs to watch. It will change you in some way or another for the better, is Samurai 7. What an absolute amazing anime. Let's see, when did I start collecting manga? I would say definitely over 10 years ago. I'd probably say closer to 15 years ago now. I would probably say. Will I do a video with my sloth wife? Oh no. Well, I'm the Manga Sloth. She's not the Manga Sloth wife. I'm the one with the crazy looking face. She is much more good looking than I am. It's possible. It's possible. She has shown interest of maybe showing up or talking about some awesome shoujo manga and showing off some shoujo hauls maybe, or something like that. We don't know. So it's possible. Speaking of the manga wife, who started reading manga first? Me or my lady? I will say it was my lady, definitely. She had so much more manga than me, and she actually had a collection, and she read it and bought it, and she loved it way more than I did. Let's see, favorite Yu Yu Hakusho character? Well, if somebody's asking that, they know I like Yu Yu Hakusho. And that's a tough one. Everybody loves Yusuke, and so do I, but I'd probably say Kuwabara. Kuwabara, definitely. Chris Sabat did a great job voicing him. Great character. Okay, and last question. We are going to end it with this one, and then we are going to save a lot of questions for next time so we can do some more giveaways. The last question is, do I have other hobbies? Yes, I love climbing trees, eating leaves, doing everything in my life slow, sleeping 23 hours a day, and looking cute in zoos. Thank you all for watching this Q&A. Thank you all for the people who subscribed. If you enjoyed this content, like, comment, and subscribe, all the buttony things, and I will see you all next time.